Are you tired of digging through mounds of clothes looking for an item that's sold? Do you find yourself losing items in your inventory and having to cancel a sale? Are you looking to streamline your inventory process and get organized once and for all? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then stay tuned. This video is for you. How's that for an infomercial? A not sponsored one. Hey guys, what's up? My name's Hope. I'm a full-time nurse and a part-time reseller. I save lives, I save clothes, I save all the things. Thumbs up for that. Okay, so today's video I got notes here, so if I look down, that's why. Today's video will consist of my inventory room tour, then the new and improved inventory room tour, Totescan QR system overview, like just me talking about it, how to get it, etc. And then the Totescan demo and discussion of how I use it and kind of the system I'm using now. So I will leave timestamps in the description below if you want to just like skip through. You can, that's fine. Everything will be linked down below. This video is not sponsored, but I am going to leave my Amazon affiliate link for Totescan in the description. So if you buy through there, then I'll get like 10 cents, if that. So without further ado, let's get to the tour. Okay guys, I thought I'd start by giving you a quick overview of my space. I am down in my basement of my house. This is my room. I'm in the corner, so I will pan you around so you could see the corner I was standing in. So that's right off the landing of the stairs. And all of those totes are from the pallet I ordered. I've sorted through it. That's what I'm keeping. It will be dealt with as soon as everything else is dealt with. So for now, those totes are stacked up in that corner. Out of sight, out of mind for now. I've pulled out things I want to list soon, and they are in other locations. So the first area over here, just that my whole black and white theme. It says let's stay home, little sign there. And then I have these little hat displays so I can photograph hats. I got those on Amazon, as well as a jewelry display. And then these are 3-drawer clear bins, I guess you'd say. They're 3-drawer drawers. And we will get into Totescan in a while, but they are all labeled. And this is where I'm keeping pants and jeans if it's not already inventoried somewhere else. So I have them stacked on top of each other without the rolling wheels. Then this is 4 shelves that I had upstairs in my office, and I brought them down here so that I could house all of my inventory in one room. So I put some shoes in between just to store them, and then all of these have the QR label on there along with letters in no particular order. So that's that. And then this is my photo box. It's by Havox. It's like the biggest one they have. I love it so much. And then I store my mannequin. I hang everything on a little hook right there. My camera doesn't want to focus. I have a shoe divider in here, and it's just to store extra stuff like lint rollers to keep them close by. I haven't really used it or stocked it yet, but that was my intention, is to store like lint rollers or clips to hang things, shoe forms, stuff like that inside there to keep it all tucked away. On the bottom I have like a little rug so I can do flat lays when I'm not taking normal pictures. Then I've got to kind of turn around here so I could show you what's over here. I hope you don't get dizzy. So then this used to be a shoe rack, and I stopped using it for that. There's my little man mannequin form. He hangs. But now I am storing all of my hangers close to where I take my pictures. So I'm using a shoe rack for a different purpose. And then down here I keep a little basket, and that is all the things that I've sold for the day, and I just pull them out as things sell, and then at the end of the day I package them up. So this is my desk, my workspace area. I have this rolling cart with these little drawers. I'm storing like jewelry and little accessories, poly mailers, stuff like that in there. They're nowhere near full, but I got it because it's on wheels and it houses all my necessities on top, and I could keep it close to my desk. I got it on Amazon. Just got my stickers, my business cards, this dual tape dispenser, which does packing tape and regular tape, and it has a storage container attached to it. I love it so much. I got that on Amazon as well. My lint shaver there, hand sanitizer. This is my desk. It's like an IKEA tabletop on top of 2 IKEA legs and then an IKEA drawer system. And in my drawer system, I just have all my clear poly bags and packing supplies, and then down here is like all my journals and notepads and all that good stuff. And then this little desk, it raises up and down. I got it on Amazon. It's like a rolling cart desk. Got it just for my laptop so that I could like sit there and edit, but yet still have this workspace because I do my measuring on here. And then I have that IKEA rolling cart on that side of my desk, and I just put like cleaning supplies, shout wipes, measuring tapes, lint rollers, all that stuff. I mean, this cart is full of all the different stuff that I use for my items. Attached to my desk is a boom arm so I could like film packaging and shipping videos, which I have never done, but I have the supplies to do it. And then that's like a light and phone holder for if I ever want to like do a live or whatever. So yeah, I use this yardstick for measurements now. I found that the measuring tape was moving too much, so I started using a yardstick. It's amazing. Okay, so that's the overview of my desk area. I have 50 pounds of bulk inventory from ThreadUp, a video to still film, and a fun box to film. But so that stuff's there. It's like my to-do. Then beside my light box are 2 racks and my steamer. So that rack right there beside the steamer is stuff that has been steamed, and this is to be steamed. My daughter gets paid to steam my items, so this is just our little system we have going, and then I can just take the items right off there and photograph them there. Alright, now I'm going to walk over here to where I store my shoes. So this rack, I've gotten so many questions. It's a 10-tier rack. It's like not like the heaviest duty rack, but it seems to be working just fine. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. Pretty sure the guy like ships globally. He's like a warehouse seller on there. So just type in 10-tier shoe rack on Facebook Marketplace and I bet you'll find it. I have my woman dress form up there. Excuse the tatas. And then a smaller shoe rack that I stole out of my husband's closet. Right here. So that's that little corner. And then when I back up again, this is my ring light and then my tripod for filming. I just leave that stuff right there at all times. That way I don't have to set it up each and every time. This is where I film my videos. And then we'll go over here. This is like a little alcove up. It's underneath the stairs. So my husband put in a little rack to hang my purses. He actually installed 2 of them. I was hanging clothes from here for a while, but I have moved on to another solution. So purses are up there. I have another one of those shoe racks back below. So my shoes go all the way down. These are heavier items that are listed in my closet, sweaters, coats, etc. Some extra laundry baskets. You could never have too many. I just happen to have a million right now. So that's tucked away back in this little area, so it's really not, you really can't see it unless it just sticks out a little bit. And then the newest addition are these giant plastic shelves. I bought 4 of them, and I bought white totes to store my inventory, and then I'm using this laundry basket system to tackle my death pile as well as my inventory system, which I will talk about in detail in just a minute when I get into that part of the video. Like why I chose to go with laundry baskets and why, you know, half of it's totes and half of it's laundry baskets. I'll talk to you about that in just a second. So each shelf held 2 laundry baskets side by side. They slide right in and out. I got my shelves at Lowe's. They were really affordable, like $40 something, I believe. And the laundry baskets are like $2, so super cheap and easy storage solution. Okay, so it typically takes me forever to get something like bagged and put into inventory, and so that is kind of why I switched to this method, and I'm gonna explain that really quick. So I can have a haul divided up into laundry baskets. I've attached my little Totescan label with a mini, what are these things called? Laundry, clothes hanger. With a mini clothes hanger, and I left when I cut these, I left the sticky part on. That way I could, you know, peel it off when I'm actually ready to give it a permanent home. So I can take my laundry basket out, sort through what needs to be steamed, what needs to be washed, carry it around the house, you know, upstairs to the laundry room, like that, carry it over to my rack, hang up what needs to be hung up, and then use the empty laundry basket to put everything back into and pull up my Totescan, and everything that I have photographed and you know, done my whole process with. I've photographed it, steamed it, la la la, go back, I put it back into the laundry basket, and then pull up Totescan on my phone, add in everything that's in this basket under this little QR number down here. And then if it sells before I actually get it into a bag with a thank you sticker on it and into my totes, because that's what those are for. Like, those totes are completely inventoried, they're bagged, they're ready to be shipped. But that's seems to be the process in my system that takes me the longest. Like, I'll end up putting a ton of listed stuff into a big tote and not get around to folding it, you know, lint rolling it and putting it in a poly bag for forever. and it likely ends up selling before I ever get a chance to do that, and I'm digging through multiple huge bins to try to find the item that sold. So now I can just put it back on the shelf and work one bin at a time. That way I can get them listed and just worry about inventorying later, but yet still be able to find my items without having to dig through, because I'm putting them into the QR system right away. And then when it goes into the tote, eventually I'll dump them in one bin at a time, and I'm assuming my big 57-gallon totes will hold probably 2 laundry baskets worth of stuff. So I'll probably stick both stickers on one tote, depending on how much it holds. And eventually, once the death pile is tackled, because yes, this is all death pile here in these baskets, those 2 shelves over there will be completely full of the white totes of actual inventoried, ready to go inventory. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So that is it for the tour. That's a pretty quick tour. Not necessarily like the most in detail of all the things I use and have, but this is my space that is now super organized, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I will talk to you about each of my systems after we talk about Totescan. And if you guys want me to do an in-depth video of like where I got everything and like show you what's in all my drawers and my cart and all of that, let me know in the comments and I'm happy to do that. Alright, let's get into the Totescan portion. So the very first thing I want to say is I need to give credit. I'm a firm believer in giving credit where credit is due, and I would never have learned about Totescan if it wasn't for Chloe, who is Cuberly Chaos. She has a YouTube channel and a podcast, and her podcast episode is how I learned about Totescan. So shout out to her first and foremost. You're the real MVP. I will leave her channel and that podcast episode linked down below. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the tour. I didn't go like super in depth about, you know, each and every item. If you want me to do that in a video, like breaking down each of my things and talking about where I got them and how I use them, I will. I just didn't want this video to be forever long. So now we are on to the Totescan portion, and Totescan is an app. It is a QR system. The stickers come in this package, and you download the app, and that is how you use it. So in order to have Totescan, you need a phone, and you need these labels. You can buy these labels on Amazon. It's 45 labels per pack, and they are $10 per pack. This is a super, super cheap inventory QR code system. So I'm just going to read what the details are on here. So Totescan, take organizing to the next level. Common uses are for self-storage, moving, relocation, garage and home storage, small business inventory, ding, 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 and crafters/hobbyist. So these come in sheets, like I said, and you get these QR stickers. Now, mine are cut because I cut them, but it would normally appear in a sheet of 9 like that. So there's 9 labels per sheet, 45 labels per pack. $10 for a pack of 45, and if you want 90, you can get them for $17.99. It's 2 packs. So the back says, getting started. You download and register the free Totescan app. So I just went into the App Store on Apple. It's for Android and Apple. And I typed in Totescan. It came up, I downloaded it. It's a free app. It has no cost. Then you stick the Totescan labels on your storage totes, containers, or boxes. And then within the app, you scan this label and itemize the contents of each storage tote container or box, whatever you are using. So as you've seen when I did the tour, I have some of them stuck to drawers, some of them stuck to my white little canvas totes, some of them stuck to white bins, and some of them just clipped onto laundry baskets because I'm not ready to make the commitment and peel and stick them yet. So I just left the sticky back on and clothespined it on my basket until I'm ready to move that stuff into my actual inventory system. And I explained that in the little tour portion. Eventually, I'm a rare bird. I'm working with a whole bunch of death pile. So I'm gonna tackle my death pile one basket at a time. So I thought best way for me to do it and to get through my death pile is to streamline it by just using a basket method. I can wash everything, sort through it, steam it, list it, throw it all back in that basket, and put it into my QR system, and just so I can find it if it sells. But eventually it's not fully into my inventory system unless it's bagged and ready to be shipped, in my opinion. So in the meantime, if it sells, at least I can find it without having to dig through tons of stuff. I can find it out of the basket, but I will move in from baskets to my big totes once I am caught up. And that is the goal, to get there eventually. So some of the features, it says you can itemize the contents of your containers with title, description, quantity, and location. Like, so where you're storing it, or the location, you could give it each bin a name or a letter or a number. So you can do that. You can search by name of tote. So you can search by tote A or tote skirts, whatever you decide to name your tote. You can search by item title, description, or any keyword. So I will show you me searching by keyword here on the screen. I'll split it just to show you that you could search by the word hot pink, jeans, sweater, anything that is a keyword that you use in your description, it will pull up those items. So when you're doing your listing on Poshmark or eBay or wherever, anything that you want to include when you're putting your item into Totescan, I would include items that are in your listing. You can be as vague or as elaborate as you want. Depends on how much time you actually want to spend getting all your stuff into the system, if this is what you end up choosing to go with. And let me tell you, it has changed my life. I was, typing everything out or writing everything down and like assigning it a lettered bin, and I was finding myself spending so much time doing that and getting way behind on the inventory process, and because it just took too long. Well, now it's just like scan the label, type in what it is, and once you type it in, it's in there. You can take a picture of the item so you know exactly what it is when it pops up as you're searching for it. It's super easy. So it says, so you can search by those different things: name of tote, item title, description, or keyword. Hands-free searching by enabling the Totescan Alexa skill. So if you have Alexa, you can say, hey Alexa, search for BDG hot pink jeans, and it will tell you that item is in bin ZZZ. It's crazy. Like, it's so easy, it's insane. You can attach multiple pictures to each item for quick identification. So I do that. I do take a picture just so it's like an instant memory. So once it's in either, well, a lot of my bins they're not in their poly bag yet. So I just snap a picture of like the tag where you could see the color of the item and mainly the tag, and then I'll throw it in. You can share a common account with family members, and this is a big thing. So I made my husband download the app on his, and I share, like, that way if I'm not home, I could be like, hey, can you pull this out of this bin? And he can pull things for me. And especially on the weekends when I work, it's much easier to come home in the morning and have things ready. That way I don't get too far behind if things sell while I'm working all weekend. So yeah, so you can share with share your Totescan, and they can find items, they can add items. I had a friend come over and she helped me. We sat here and we were adding items into inventory, and she was adding them into my Totescan from the app on her phone, just logged into my account. So we were inventorying together. It says your data is stored securely and privately in the cloud. Supports multiple profiles to categorize your collections, and there's no monthly fees or subscriptions. That's it. You pay for the labels, the app is free. 90 labels, $18. $18 all in for a system that will literally change your life. Now if you're using like a spreadsheet, you could put in your spreadsheet, you could put the QR number down here. See how there's a number? You can put that into your spreadsheet. Or you can, if you put a title, like give your bin a title, then you can use that, like AA, BB, whatever you decide. You can put those into your spreadsheets, and then you'll know where it is. But you don't even need to do that, because you just go into the Totescan app and you can look for anything. So if, say on Poshmark, something sells, let's just say Urban Outfitters long sleeve tunic. Very vague. All I do is type Urban Outfitters into my Totescan search, or I'll put up a, I'll split the screen and share. I had 2 items sell, and I typed in Cabby, or whatever it was, I can't remember now. And I just typed in the name, just the brand, that's it. Search, instantly popped up. So as long as your description or your title of your listing matches what you put into your Totescan, you will have no problem finding your items ever again. So stinking easy. It's crazy how easy it is. So yeah, I just put my label. All my bins have labels now, so now I just scan it within the Totescan app and add it to there, and add each item to it. I will split the screen and show you how I do that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna show you I'm gonna split the screen and show you how the whole inventory process, like how I place items into Totescan. So I just pulled this bin out, and it has a sticker on it. A lot of my bins are not all the way done yet. Like, I've started this process, but it's a long process. It's very quick and easy, but I have a lot of stuff, so I'm doing it one bin at a time. So I'm gonna label this bin ZZZ, and it only has this many items in it because the majority of what's been in it has sold. So the good thing about Totescan is you can add items to your bins anytime you have one that has space. So it's super easy. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do this by splitting the screen. Okay guys, I scanned the Totescan label, and now I'm gonna go into edit the tote. I'm gonna name this tote ZZZ, and then the tote location, they gave you multiple ones to choose from. I'm just scrolling through so you can see that there's a whole bunch of different places you could assign where your tote is located. My totes are all located in the basement, so that is what I click. And then I just save that. And now I go into add item. And this is where I put in the item title. But first I'm going to take a picture of the item. Oops, I pulled up the wrong screen and showed my red face on the camera. So I take a picture. This is what the item looks like when it's fully ready to be inventoried. It's in the bag and ready to be shipped. So I type in Free People, green, thermal, because I can search for this item by saying the word Free People, by thermal, by the color green, whatever I choose. And then I just add in the description what size it is, and you can play around with this, and you can make the description as much detailed as you want. Some people, you could put your cost of goods in the description. Whatever you decide to do, you can do right here in this description. Anything you type in the description is searchable in the Totescan app. I'm just making it short and sweet for the purpose of this video. So now we're going to add another item. This is a cabbie elephant top. Just a quick picture of it. I write cabbie elephant top. I think I put in the word navy because color. I put navy down in the description. And save. See how quick it is? It's so quick. As fast as you can type on your phone is as fast as it goes. On to our third item. Take a picture. It's these BDG hot pink skinny jeans. They are new with tag. That's another searchable term, so I'll put in NWT. And a lot of times, if I know the item is new with tag, I'll just type in new with tag and it'll pull up all my new with tag stuff, and I can easily find an item like that also. So it's as simple as picture, title, and description. You do not even need to take a picture if you don't want to. I just do it because when I pull up each tote, it just shows me the pictures and it kind of jogs my memory. An extremely easy process. And then once the item sells, there is no like having to like cross it off or anything. You just hit delete and it takes it out of there, out of wherever you're storing it. It deletes it. And yeah, so you can easily, if your bin is half full because you've sold things out of it, you can go back to that QR, scan it, and add more items to that bin. So you're constantly reusing your same stickers, same bins over and over. As you sell items, items come out, you delete them, you add more in. It's so easy. I'm hoping I'm explaining it and have enough like little demos popped up on the screen so that you understand how easy it is. If you have any more questions like that I didn't get to, please leave them in the description down below. So yes, now we're going to move on into the portion of me discussing my new process. So I'm using laundry baskets for my death pile. I'm working through one laundry basket at a time. I have a label clipped on to each basket, and I'm able to keep everything in the basket even after I've measured it, steamed it, washed it, taken a photograph of it. I just put it back in the basket, type each item into Totescan under the QR code that I have attached to the basket, and now I know where it is without having to get them all bagged. If it sells before I have a chance to move it over into my bin system, because that's the ultimate goal, is to have this whole area behind me be bins with actual inventory in them instead of death pile. But right now I'm more death pile than bins. Story of my life. So this is the process that's going to help me tackle my death pile, but yet not have to do double the work with the inventory. And I will take, once I'm ready to sit down and get them into bags and put them into totes to store them away where they're nice and safe, then I will take the sticker off of my bin and peel and stick it onto the actual tote. And I could stick multiple stickers on one tote if I use multiple laundry baskets. It doesn't matter. It just means everything that I already added in there, I don't have to redo, and it's in that bin. Now obviously that would waste more stickers, but it would be easier than adding each item under one sticker all over again. So that is my plan. One basket at a time until this death pile is bye-bye. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can talk about. I've showed you how to add things in to Totescan, how to delete them, how to search for them. We've talked about Totescan, how much it is. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you learned something. This is my new setup. It is working out so well for me. Like, I finally feel like I can breathe in my space. I'm super organized, and now I know when I pull out a basket, I'm working through that basket, and that basket can go put back on the shelf, and I know where that stuff is. I could still list it. Even though it's in the basket, it doesn't need to be inventoried all the way. Yeah, and I'll be able to find things if they sell before I get it into that system. Yeah. So I'm working really hard at getting everything from my death pile listed. I have severely slacked off these past couple weeks with listing because I had to get this room and my whole plan in order. So at the very beginning of the video, I showed how I had all those totes stacked up. They are housing my stuff from my palette, my accessories palette that I got. So eventually when I get through those, they will all go into my death pile. All the things in those will go into the laundry baskets, and those totes will be empty and will be able to be back here full of my listed, all the way listed inventory. So this is probably a lot of information all at once, so just take a deep breath. It's really, really easy. You don't have to adopt this process. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm using and how it's working and how easy it is, because I'm all about, you know, sharing anything that I've learned through others with you guys in hopes to help streamline your business. I am aware that not everybody has a full basement to work out of. I'm very lucky. My poor family, I kicked them out of here. But they understand. I am very thankful for the space that I have, although I am busting at the seams, so I had to come up with something that was going to look neat and make me feel relaxed while I'm down here, because when things are just thrown all over the place, I have no desire to be down here, and then I'm like, have I listed this? It's on this pile. Well, oh, I did list it. Now I've got to find it because it sold and I don't know where I put it. Yeah, my mind is way too cluttered to work in a space that is not organized. So this is what I came up with, and it's working out super well. I'm so excited to be down here, and now I've got to get listing and photographing all of the baskets that you see on my death pile. But at least knowing I'm working through one basket at a time, it really helps me relax and I don't feel overwhelmed. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions about Totescan or anything in my reseller room, leave them down below. I love you so much. Feel free to share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!